Okay, so what would you say that is the meaning of setting boundaries? Setting boundaries, it means telling people the things that you're okay with and the things that you're not okay with when it comes to how they treat you, probably in your daily life. And it also shows that you have self respect, that you respect yourself as a human being, and you respect that you're just not going to accept whatever or any kind of treatment that comes from someone. Setting boundaries is very, very important to protect your own feelings, to have self respect, and mostly to be able to increase the good and the level of the relationships with people to make them better and healthier. When you, for example, have a friend, right? It's very hard to realize that that friend might be changing into a toxic friend. I feel like you always think, oh, that's my friend, and you cannot even realize that actually maybe that friend is actually toxic, it's bad for you. And because you will always say, like I did, he's my friend, she's my friend, and just justify with that. And sometimes it just cannot be justified, and even a friend can be really bad for you. So when a friend, right, puts you down, tells you negative things about yourself, it might be any little thing. Like I remember from personal experience, I used to have this friend. She was my best friend. We knew each other since we were like 3 years old, and when we were teenagers, she came to a point that she was not very happy with herself and her life. And I remember it started with little things, like I will do something in my eyebrows to make them look prettier, nicer, and then she'll be like, oh, you look absolutely horrible. They look absolutely horrible on you. And I'll be like, but I did the same thing that a friend did, and you told her that she looked great. And she'll be like, no, but it does look horrible on you. It looks good on her, but it looks horrible on you. This behavior, it wasn't just one day. This happened for months and months and months. And I allowed it, I feel like it's very important to take responsibility for our actions and responses to even wrong actions done by others. At the time, I wasn't aware that I was allowing something that I should not allowed. She was my friend, and even though those things made me feel really bad, I was unable to actually be aware and realize that, I feel like it's taken me years to actually realize, what she did was wrong, and I should have stopped it the first or second day it happened, and I didn't. Obviously, that led to me feeling really bad, to my self-esteem going from here, if it was already low, to going just even lower. And it was because I did not put a stop into it. And that's very, very important. Actually, like allowing these behaviors, it can lead to a negative cycle of self-talk. And what I mean by that is that without realizing, you start to tell yourself that those things that that friend is telling you, those things are true. Because if she's telling you something ugly, like I remember she also used to tell me that I was very overweight because she was a little bit, right? And she would tell me, oh, you're overweight. And I'll be like, I don't think I am. But she will look at me in my face and be like, yes, you are overweight. You are like me. You actually look much bigger than me. And I'll tell her, I do not think I'm overweight. And she'll be like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. And when someone is telling you that every single day on your face, looking at your eyes, and it's your friend, if you've known her for a very long time, realizing that she's lying is difficult. Because I was just thinking, why will she lie? Why will she lie? I mean, she's not going to lie to me. She's my friend. And if she's saying something with such passion, she must really mean it. She must really think it is true, so it might really be true. So once you think like that, instead of being like, stop, this is not right, I do not accept this, bye, get out of my life. If you accept it, you believe it. You make that your own reality. And this, as I said, leads to the negative self-talk, and you will, without realizing, repeat what she has been telling you. Oh, I'm fat, or I'm ugly, my eyes are ugly, my nose is ugly, I am horrible, my hair is horrible, and it looks ugly as well, like she tells me every day. And you know, it'll just grow. It'll be a thought. You'll feed the thought because you're surrounded by hair every single day, and that will grow in your brain, and you will truly believe that is your reality, your own reality. And what will happen? Insecurities and zero confidence in yourself, and your self-esteem will not even exist. When this happens, you become weaker, and she can also increase and keep taking advantage of you because you are allowing it. You're making yourself weaker without realizing. She is not consciously thinking, oh, she's weak, but she knows. And by nature, the fact that you're not stopping that friend, that toxic friend, from telling you those horrible things every day, that will feed them with the energy to keep increasing that every day, because you're not, for the simple fact that you're not stopping it. And once again, I didn't realize at the time, but I allowed it. She thought and she saw me like a weak little animal that she could punch, and she will never talk. She will be called ugly, she will be told horrible things about herself, and she will just keep her mouth shut. The perfect victim right next to her. How lucky, right? For her to take energy from me and take it to her and build herself up. And her confidence that was actually on the floor. She takes from me, she goes up, and I go down. Now I do realize this should have been stopped. What is my point with this video? Realizing that we have to actually realize and see if we actually have any source of that negativity in our lives, and mostly once we are really aware of what's going on, to very nicely put that person out of our lives. Because if you don't, let me tell you, you're going to be miserable like I was. In my case, it stopped. I was about 16 years old. It stopped because my parents realized, I think one day I was crying in my bedroom after high school, and they were like, what's going on, you know? And I just told them everything, and they were like, you cannot hang out with her anymore. They explained everything to me, just another friends will come, it's okay. Yeah, I did what they told me. I slowly, or very kind of little by little, I stopped hanging out with her, and my life started to get better because I didn't have to handle insults and feel horrible about myself. It's taken me a long time to even start to realize that the things that she said were not true. You know, that my hair is pretty, that I'm not ugly. It's taken me a very long time, but now I'm so happy she's not in my life, and I forgive her because I know that she was doing that, you know, from a place of pain. I know she was in pain with her own life and her own surroundings at home, and I try to not have resentment because that resentment will only be for me, will only damage me, and there's just no point in having it. So I just feel sorry for her for she must have had to feel so bad to just project all this onto me and make someone feel bad so that she could feel better about herself. So I try to think like that and hoping that her life is better and she's got more control of it now that she's older, and I feel like that way makes me be able to feel good about myself and not kind of want to just put all the blame on her and what she did. Also, when you make clear to this person that you're not going to tolerate that kind of behavior, you know, you're sending a message to this person that you actually love yourself and you will protect yourself from things that are not good for you. And from that moment on, they will be like, if maybe this is not such a good victim because she's actually speaking and standing for herself. So they'll probably just look for someone weaker. But if you never stand up for yourself, you will never let them know that you actually are not weak, and you will not accept it. As long as you never say anything, it will continue to increase. And to end this video, I just want to say that at the end of the day, there is only one person that can stop this from happening, and that person is you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your teachers, you know, the only person, because especially when it's your friend, it's not like someone that's bullying you, right? It's your friend. Even though they are toxic, still that person is with you all the time. So teachers are gonna be like, but she's your friend, right? Just talk to her. So at the end of the day, it's up to you entirely and fully up to you to just make it stop. So put yourself first, at least for once. Realize that all those things are not true and that you're very, 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 very valid, very valuable, very worth it, of love, and above everything else, self respect. If you do not have that self respect towards yourself first, she or he won't, definitely will not have it for you. You need to have it for yourself first. So do it for yourself. Have a nice day.